What compliment were you given that you still think about today? I got called the hottest person in our group chat. I'll carry that one for a while. Some girl complimented my suit a few years ago. When my best friend told me, "Thank you for existing," loudly crying, "She's so adorable," loudly crying, loudly crying. A woman at a bar was sizing me by running her hand over my arms, legs, hips and shoulders and then looked at me and said, "You will do." Same bar about a year later I was ordering and a dude at the bar to my left was staring hard at me. And after 2 minutes he just blurted out, "Holy fuck, you're huge." Still think about these on occasion. Not gotten many more for my looks really. Gotten a lot about being a nice person. I was out dancing a few years ago when a girl walks up to me shining like a sun and says, "When I see you I get feelings that I've never felt before." She gives me a long and warm hug and walks away. She learned me that a few loved words from a stranger can mean so much. Yesterday I walked up to a stranger that I thought had a very cool haircut and told her that. She shined up and said thank you. We'll probably never see each other again. But I hope I gave her a happy memory for some time. A lady I used to work with. Were attending all-day training off-site and were solving the world's problems during lunch. As engineers do. I noticed we were late getting back to class and said we'd better get going since they're not paying us to sit and chat. She said sincerely, "Oh, I could talk with you for hours." Quote, "If I wasn't already engaged I probably would have taken her up on that. I'd rather give compliments. It's a nice exclusive feeling to see someone light up and smile. Especially I give it to people I see suffering in silence. It just has to be done. It doesn't solve any problems. But feeling included means a lot to a person's self-esteem." Removed. A male friend of mine dislocated his shoulder and struggled to carry his bag, so I offered to carried it for him, but he argued he didn't need help even though it was visible he did. So he gave in and I took his bag every day and carried it round when we had the same classes and when we went to school in the morning and home from school in the afternoon, and after when I dropped him home he took his bag and told me that I'd be a great mum to my future kids. It was random but very meaningful to me since I didn't have the greatest parents and I want to be a great parent for my future kids. I honestly can't remember any complaints I've received. When my son was in kindergarten I was going through really severe postnatal depression. One day a mom I'd never spoken to before smiled at me and said, "You look nice today." It really made me feel nice because I had tried that day to get up and look nice. The next day I found out she died that night of a brain aneurysm. I will always remember our one interaction. I was chatting with a client, passing time while she waited for her appointment. We were talking about music. And then just started talking about life. I shared with her that I come from kind of a rough background. She told me she found me very insightful and mature for someone my age. And asked how I got through the hardships and still ended up as mature and optimistic as I am. I told her I just followed my heart. And went with what felt right. What made my soul happy. No matter what situation I was in. Before she left that day, she told me, "You know, I'm never gonna forget you. Kid. You're really inspiring." I ugly cried in the work bathroom for 15 minutes cause nobody had ever said something like that to me. And it really touched me that I could be so candid with a stranger and get such a wholesome, kind response. I was at someone's house and this girl is there and she was like, "Nice toes." I was, "Thanks IG, phew." Hours later she was like, "I like your toes." Before she left she said, "You can sell toe pics." At first I thought you were a. But now that we talk I realize you're really cute. Quote. So I usually never get complimented. At all. And when I met my boyfriend at a convenience store, he just randomly came up to me and told me, "Hey, I think you're really beautiful. Could we be friends?" We weren't friends for too long because we clearly had deep feelings for each other. Till this day. It still makes me feel warm and special that some guy actually believed I was really pretty. And no. He isn't dating me for my looks. After we got to know each other well, he loved my charming and supportive personality. I wish I could get lost in those emerald pools lodged in your cute face. My crush said that I will have nice kids one day.